Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Australia, we have breaking news coming out of Australia. Australia will make visas harder for Caribbean and African immigrants. What does that mean? For Caribbean and African immigrants wanting to visit and study or live in Australia, starting in 2025, Australia will make getting a visa to go to their country extremely hard. It will get much harder, my friends. Few weeks ago, the Australian government implemented 5 strict visa measures. Now let me explain what do I mean by it will be harder for Africans and Caribbean immigrants who want to go to Australia, because they would have implemented 5 measures that they will start in 2025. And these 5 visa measures, these 5 update to their visa system are: they will need increased financial proof. You know, when you apply for a visa, you have to meet certain requirements. Well, Australia will implement 5 new measures. They said, number 1, they said that you will need they will increase the financial proof that you need. What is financial proof? Whenever you apply for a visa, you need to show that you have money. Whether you have an income, whether you have a business, where your money is coming from, you will need to show that. Now, if you have a bank statement, they want to see you have a lot of money on your bank account. They want to see you have a lot of income coming in. And why are they doing that? Because they don't want you to go to Australia. They don't want you to depend on them. They want you to be rich, to bring money to their country. You see how smart they be? My friends, they're very smart. So they want increased financial proof. We don't know how much money you will need. They will decide how much money you need. Number 2, they will need you to show that you have health insurance. Now, I never hear that to get a visa. To get a visa, I never heard a country you need to show that you have health insurance. Not even the United States of America, when you get a US visa, you don't need to show that. But Australia is saying you need to show, starting next year, you will need to show that you have health insurance. Now, my friends, how many African countries and how many Caribbean countries have health insurance? Most African countries and Caribbean countries, we don't even have health insurance yet for our people, much less to show Australia. So they know that. They're very smart, you know, my friends. They know that we do not have health insurance in most African countries and most Caribbean countries. So the goal is to put that there so that they can deny you your visa, so that they don't have to let you into their country. Now, Americans in America and in Canada and in Europe, they have a lot of health insurance companies and so on. Most people are covered with health insurance. So it will be easy for those countries to get a visa. You see how smart they are? They're not going to tell you straight up, but the measures that they're putting in place is to stop you from coming from Africa. Stop you from coming from the Caribbean to visit or to work in their country. So they will need you to show that you have health insurance. Number 3, they will have strict character assessment. Now, what does that mean? They say they will implement strict character assessment. That means that they will check your police record. They may look at you and say they don't like you, or you have a bad attitude based on how you look and based on how you dress. They may say you have bad character, and that is enough grounds to deny your visa. You see how smart they are, my friends? So they will implement strict character assessment. Character assessment can mean anything. It can mean if they see you and they don't like you, or it can mean you have a police record, you have a clean police record, you have never committed any crime in any country, or it can mean based on how you look. We don't know yet. These are the measures they're putting in place, my friends. Number 4, language proficiency. They will need you to show that you can speak perfect English, whatever that is. They will need you to show that you can speak their national language. English is their national language in Australia. And Australia has a huge European population, mostly from Britain. So their national language is English. So they are like the same as England. I'll give you the history soon. Once I finish explaining this to you, we will talk about how Australia was built, my friends. And longer, number 5, they're saying it will take longer to process your visas. Now, why is Australia doing all of this all of a sudden? They are following, my friends, they are following their big brothers and sisters in Europe and Canada. I did a video some days ago about Canada changing their visa policies. The same with the UK. I did a video about that. Germany, they're trying to stop people from coming across the borders now. Sweden, I have a very popular video on my YouTube page. Over 80,000 views about how Sweden will pay immigrants to go back home, to leave the country. So you see, my friends, all of these countries, all of these European countries, Australia is not in Europe and Canada is not in Europe, but they're all Europeans. European descent, all of them are working together, and you can see the plan that they're putting in place. They're strengthening their own people and they're keeping you out. They're keeping out Africans and Caribbean people from their country because they're afraid. They know the power that our people bring and they know the strength that we have. So they would have colonized countries in the past. So they want to make sure that they are never colonized. They don't want too many of you inside of their country. That is why they're implementing these strict visas rules now. Some years ago they had a detainee who they locked up without trial for 10 years. They said the man committed a crime. They locked him up for 10 years, and just last year the judge ruled that it's unconstitutional to lock up somebody for 10 years without trial. So they had to release over 400 refugees, immigrants. So because of that, you had uproar in Australia, and the government now is grabbed the opportunity to implement these visa measures to stop immigrants from coming to their country, my friends. And we need to look and see what's happening. Look and see what's happening around us. Australia is made up of a massive European population, people with skin like this. Overwhelmingly European population. And Australia is the land of immigrants. They're like Canada. They're the same thing. Because hundreds of years ago, Australia was used by the British to send their British prisoners, people who committed crime in England, they send them all to Australia. And that is how Australia was built. And then over the years, when those people got out of prison, they had children and the population grew. And then they asked for immigrants to help build the country. They implemented student visas, and so they gathered all the money from immigrants. They used them to build their country. And now that they are satisfied that they are now up and running, they say no more. We don't want none of you here anymore. You see how these people are? They're smart. They're very, very smart. They said now that they don't know that their country was built on immigration. They used you for many years to build their country. Now they're saying, oh, immigrants are committing crimes. Oh, we have a housing crisis. We don't have enough jobs available. Well, you didn't know that when you were making the money. All these years you had immigrants there. You were making money, Australia. You didn't build more houses. Why you didn't build more houses for these people? Why? Because they don't want too many of you from Africa and the Caribbean inside Australia to change their culture. They don't want that. They want to keep their culture pure, of European blood. They want to keep their culture pure with Europeans. That is why they're implementing these measures here. Health insurance that you will need to apply for a visa. Caribbean countries and African countries don't have health coverage, health insurance companies. We only know America and Canada and Europe. Those are places that specialize in health insurance, so those people will get visas easy. But you from the Caribbean and Africa, they will say, oh, they don't like your character. That's one of the measures they can say. They can deny you. They can say, oh, you don't have enough money on your bank account. You're not making enough money. They can say you don't have any health insurance. They can say they're not satisfied with your English speaking ability. They can say all these things. So they have a number of measures, 5 measures that they will put in place next year to stop you. And any one of these, if I'm an immigration officer, I could just say I don't like the person. It falls under the category here that says strict character assessment. I will have the power as the immigration officer, checking the people's visas, checking the information, and I can be interviewing the person, and I can say, boy, based on how this person look, I don't like their character. Let me just tick this, bad character, visa denied. I can say, oh, you're making $2,000 a month, that's not enough money. Refuse, not insufficient funds, lack of financial strength. That's another category. I can say this person can't even speak dialect. This person is speaking broken English. Many of you from the Caribbean and Africa speak broken English. They can say you don't speak good enough English. We don't want you here in Australia. But my friends, hope is on the horizon. Hope is on the horizon. Because Australia is implementing stricter visa policies. But guess what? We have great African countries that we can go to and enjoy a vacation. We can go to study there. We can go for vacation. We can go to do business in the Caribbean as well. We have great universities in the Caribbean, great universities in Africa that we can go. So we don't need them. We have the strongest culture. We have the best culture, the best weather, the fertile lands. Our people have the best food to eat. Our people are warm and friendly. We have beaches. We have mountains. Natural beauty, my friends. What do we need Australia for? All that Australia has, Africa and the Caribbean have, and more. We have more than them. So we don't need them. And we can implement strict measures as well, my friends. We can do that, but our people are so kind-hearted that we don't think like the Europeans. My friends, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Like this video. Make sure to like this video. Share it with all your friends and family. We're over 11,000 subscribers already. We're hoping to reach 15,000 subscribers by Christmas. So I'm looking forward to a wonderful Christmas gift from you, my friends. Give me 15,000 subscribers by Christmas. And like the videos, share them with all your friends and family. I appreciate your love and support, my friends. So that's the message for today. It's getting grimmer by the day with these countries, these European countries, stopping our people from visiting them. But the good news is we have paradise. We have wonderful countries in Africa, 54 of them. Over 25 Caribbean countries we have. We make up the majority of the United Nations when you put Africa and the Caribbean together. One nation, one people, only separated by slavery and colonialism. They try to stop us, but we are gathering strength day by day, and together we will bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean islands, my friends. If you're watching from North America, African Americans, thank you for watching my channel. African Europeans, you're watching from the Caribbean, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dominica, St. Lucia, Grenada, St. Kitts and Nevis, my home country. St. Kitts and Nevis is my home country. Haiti, Cuba, St. Martin, Anguilla. We're one people. In Africa, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, Ghana, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Senegal, the Gambia, Burkina Faso, Niger, Chad, Egypt, Congo, Sierra Leone, Algeria, Libya, Morocco. I can go on and on and on. Ethiopia, Somalia. Let us bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean islands, my friends. Thank you for watching my videos, and make sure to check my playlist. I have a lot more videos there that explain to you the visa process in a lot of these countries and what they're doing to stop our people. But we don't need them. We don't need them, because the mission of this channel is to bridge the gap between Africa and the Caribbean islands. One step by step, one step at a time, we're bridging the gap between Africa and the Caribbean islands. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with all your friends and family, and of course I will see you again in the next video. Bye bye.